This video is about the very powerful tactic of filing a negative averments document into a court case that can effectively shut down the case and cause it to be dismissed. Video. Thanks for helping restore the constitutional republic, one county at a time. A negative averment is a negative statement or allegation that constitutes a statement of fact and that must be proved by the party making it. It's a legal term that refers to a statement that denies or contradicts a previous statement or claim. In a court case, the defendant may make a negative averment by denying allegations made by the plaintiff. For instance, if the plaintiff claims the defendant stole their car, the defendant may make a negative averment stating they did not steal the car. The negative averment is an important tool in legal proceedings because it allows parties to dispute claims and present evidence to support their position. When one mails the parties to the cause a notice of negative averments, the illusion of their control over one is rebutted. The racketeers then must show proof to contradict the negative averments. And what follows is a shortened version of a negative averment letter used in a Brevard County, Florida case that helped get that case dismissed in one of the most corrupt counties in Florida and the United States. The accusers must rebut the negative averments or the assertions stand as facts that may be discussed in court, if it even goes to trial. Once these criminals are put on notice, they'll just want you and your case to go away. After one's case is dismissed, one may sue all parties for damages. The following negative averments are similar to rebutting the 12 presumptions about which there is a video on this channel. And now on with the abridged sample letter, listing the first 13 negative averments in full, with the remaining summarized to fit within 15 minutes. Begin letter. From John Edward Doe, authorized representative for legal fiction, John E. Doe, 123 Main Street City, State Zip. To imposter list via first-class mail, recase number 06-2024, MMU 123456. Regarding violations of John Edward Doe, authorized representative for legal fiction, John E. Doe, civil rights case number 06-2024, MNSU 123456. Certified mail confirmation number 1234. Date May 22nd, 2024. Verified affidavit of facts by specific negative averment. Notice to principal is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to principal. Public servants named herein are in violation of their oath of office. At this point of the letter, you name all the violators, such as the chief judge, court judge, clerk of courts, prosecutor, public defender, police chief, and arresting police officer. Put their names and titles in all caps, hereinafter oath of office violators. I, the flesh and blood man known as John Edward Doe, authorized representative for legal fiction John E. Doe, hereinafter claimant, affirm and declare that I am of legal age, have first-hand knowledge of the facts contained herein. Therefore, let it be known by those responsible for the corporate trust entity known as 18th Judicial Circuit in and for Brevard County, Florida, and any relevant parent or subsidiary company, including its assigns, directors, shareholders, agents, and affiliates, that I do hereby state that the following is, to the very best of my knowledge, true, correct, and complete, presented in good faith, and not intended to mislead in any way. 1. Claimant has seen no evidence from the oath of office violators that violations of John Edward U. authorized representative civil rights did not occur. 2. Claimant has seen no evidence from the oath of office violators that the social security number constitutes a contract and accepts complicity that it has only been used due to the pressure of today's marketplace. 3. Claimant has seen no evidence from the oath of office violators that there is a contract between the claimant and the oath of office violators. 4. Claimant has not seen evidence that the oath of office violators has any authority over claimant. 5. Claimant has seen no evidence from the oath of office violators that the birth certificate is relevant to sovereign status. 6. Oath of office violators now leaves the claimant open to claim all heirs and titles under the Cestuique Trust Act 1666. 7. Claimant has seen no evidence from the oath of office violators that any document he has ever signed can be used to compromise his sovereign status. 8. Claimant has seen no evidence that a legislation department or agency created by such authorities, nor the jurisdiction of any employees, officers, or agents derive any authority from them. 9. Claimant has seen no evidence from the oath of office violators that there is a duty to perform as a voter or register as a voter. 10. Claimant has no evidence from the oath of office violators that there is any obligation on his part to become a subject through the zip code. 11. Claimant has not seen or been presented any evidence that claimant is bound by the statutes and laws of the United States and state of Florida. 12. Claimant has seen no evidence that any powers, contracts, obligations, or controls by any United States officials preclude them from evidencing their oaths of office and their bonds of insurance for public liability. 13. Claimant has seen no evidence that any powers, statutes, ordinances, regulations, rules, and procedures contrary to several acts of the U.S. government or the government of Florida are not null and void. 14. Claimant has seen no evidence lawful right to seize his property. 15. Claimant has seen no evidence that law passed by government legislators bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. 16. Claimant has not seen evidence Melbourne police officer without authority didn't violate claimant's due process rights. 17. Claimant has set a fee schedule of $3,000 per hour for each hour of unlawful detainment. 18. Claimant has seen no evidence that his revocation of power of attorney does not stand as truth. 19. Claimant sees no evidence that the Supreme Court did not, in a unanimous 9-0 ruling, make it explicit that agencies lack sovereign immunity and are subject to legal action by the public. 20. Claimant sees no evidence that any involvement or collaboration in illegitimate tribunals by oath of office violators that does not unlawfully strip individuals of their biological property without due process, trial by jury, or adherence to common law procedures is not an act of treason. 21. Claimant sees no evidence that you, Melbourne police officer, badge 666, Chief of Police at Melbourne Police Department, are not participating with complete awareness, purpose, and malicious intent. 22. Claimant sees no evidence that Melbourne Police Officer Badge 666, Chief of Police at Melbourne Police Department, has been officially authorized to partake in proceedings that encroach upon the rights of individuals. 23. Claimant sees no evidence that before you oath of office violators assumed office, you did not willingly swear an oath to uphold, support, protect, and defend the Constitution for the United States of America. 24. Claimant sees no evidence that you, Melbourne Police Officer Badge 666, Chief of Police at Melbourne Police Department, have signed an oath of office to we the people, as opposed to a de facto oath of office to the corporation. 25. Claimant sees no evidence that in your capacity as Melbourne Police Officer, Badge 666, Chief of Police at Melbourne Police Department Policy/Code Enforcer, you are not working for a foreign corporation. 26. Claimant sees no evidence that while acting in the capacity of Melbourne Police Officer Badge 666, Chief of Melbourne Police, you are actually in fact a policy code enforcer for the corporation, not the original Republican form of government. 27. Claimant sees no evidence that you, Melbourne Police Badge 666, Chief of Melbourne Police Department, are not in violation of Section 1101(6)(d) of the 1935 Social Security Act. 28. Claimant sees no evidence that the state of Florida government was given the authority to arbitrarily rule over the lives and liberties of the people. 29. Claimant sees no evidence that oath of office violators have not devised or intended to devise a scheme or artifice to defraud or for obtaining money or property by means of false or fraudulent pretenses in violation of 8 U.S. Code Section 1341, frauds and swindles. 30. Claimant sees no evidence that Melbourne Police Officer Badge 666, Chief of Police, and the oath of office violators are not in violation of 18 U.S. Code Section 242, deprivation of rights under colour of law. Take further notice that failing to immediately correct this issue with the dismissal of the instant case will be considered a trespass against name all the violators, such as the judge, clerk of courts, police chief, and arresting police officer. I, as a part of the body sovereign, am presenting you with a notice of liability and opportunity to cure. The fine is $2 million per claim. If you do not rebut these truths and you remain in office, I will be notifying the military and your act of treason according to Title 10 Armed Forces, Subtitle A General Military Law, Part 2 Personnel, Chapter 47 Uniform Code of Military Justice, Subchapter As. Punitive Articles 10 U.S.C.E. Section 900 will be grounds for an immediate military tribunal. Also, I will file a redress of grievances with the Director of Foreign Assets Enforcement Office. Quote, Title 10 Armed Forces. Any person subject to this chapter who compels or attempts to compel the commander of any place, vessel, aircraft, or other military property, or of any body of members of the armed forces to give it up to an enemy or to abandon it, or who strikes the colors or flag to an enemy without proper authority, shall be punished by death or such other punishment as a court-martial may direct. According to the United States Constitution, Article the 3rd, Section 3, the penalties for treason is death or life in prison. I, a lawful part of the body sovereign, hereby command you to resign within 10 days or else face the said consequences. That concludes the abridged sample letter. There are a few more pages that are not included here to save time. Certified mail this letter to the violators and put each unique certified mail number in each letter. We hope this helps and that through these videos you're feeling more confident in your status as a sovereign and member of the Constitutional Republic that we are restoring one county at a time. Need help, info, or documents? Contact us. Script is in the description of this video. Remember to subscribe and share. Thank you.